근데 아니 다바지 녜샤데 그런 참아 순사위 두상 녜샤데 바지 아니 거딘지에 대한 두지시 슈가 되지 임바자.
The way I feel right now is that all of the other speakers have said exactly what I wanted to say. And it seems that the only thing left for me to say is to thank you all for your kindness.
지전에 나란단 대회 스토리는 주제 안에 거딘지에 대한 소화된 dengu유서.
That's all. But maybe in the spirit of appreciating the kindness of you all, I could share with you a little story about myself.
나한테서 상물로 랭게 상물도 민자외 안에 구유제 나로래야 상로 충분히 차디야. 나 중두 안에 바지 나 깨바네 정신기 뉴스 상물로 정말에 저리체 상물로지 아 통도스 안에 들이 뉴스상아 중두 안에 셈 나로래야 템퍼처리야 그 중두네 돌로마도 교인데 비치 나 정도스 상면지 가수에 지 가수에 지 자치로 쓰대야지 정도스
That's all. From the time I was very young onward, I was given a lot of different responsibilities. And it always seemed to me when I was young that everything was laid out before me. All of the plans for me were already made. I was given the clothes that I needed to wear and told where I needed to be, given these very precious and holy-looking robes to wear with the understanding that it was something sacred or important.
나로 dünya level 거리야. and searching group Karmapa zenge. There's a group level. 고슬래제네. 근데 얘들 바제 아바다 아무 고스게 쉐입다. 쟤네. 아니 교랑 까먹었어. 아, 남사. 공부를 안 좋아했어. 근데 미마부증 안에야 계절진이 용어도 급디도 사는 교랑이야 초와 컨트롤스. 컨트롤이 까먹버렸어. 두산 컨트롤 초와 초스. 그래서 초와스 게임도 까먹었어. 두산 지잖아. 지怎么 뭐예요 봐.
But before that kind of formal lifestyle happened for me, I was living in eastern Tibet with my family, and when I was 7 years old, all of a sudden, a search party arrived at my home. They were looking for the next Karmapa, and I noticed they were talking to my mom and dad, and the news came to me that they were telling me that I was the Karmapa. And these days, people ask me a lot, how did that feel? How did that feel when they came and whisked you away and your lifestyle completely changed? And what I mostly say is that at that time, it was a pretty interesting idea to me. I thought that things would be pretty fun and there would be more things to play with.
You mean this is the one that Canada? Dichayo maras, ta Karmapa chai dusa, kali kasue, susue ki poyu ne kateje, and pamata kateje, and ajangita traditional kasueta, lusu, sugun kita, lusu tambuye debe, gombe nano, tisuchi nano ya deche, ajangita, chokbui, mijambu nasi, chokbui na ture mia, takanda, pige kasueta, 스트레스 능시 아주 배게 계시야 답에 스트레스 능시 대오레스 드리스가 또 군전 능시 바 대오레스고 제자 다 드리시 두산에 섬려야 아니 까마버스 두산에 지 긴구르여 버지당 아다나시 까마버치야데 레라고 민비치 수수의 바마다 같아 다나시 망부치 르동고 요 현수.
But it didn't turn out to be so fun and entertaining as I thought it would have been. I was placed in a pretty strictly controlled environment, and immediately a lot of different responsibilities in terms of my education and so forth were heaped upon me. I was separated largely from my family, including my mother and father. I didn't have many personal friends to spend time with, but I was expected to perform these prescribed duties. So it turned out that my fantasy about an entertaining life of being the Karmapa wasn't going to come true. It more felt to be the case to me that I was being treated like a statue, and I was to sit in one place like a statue would.
Okay. Ta yimbi ne ya. Ka shui ji pame zawa dang da na ji xian gi zawa di de le ka chewe sambar ke yong min dos. Even böne su and lo chu shi sun be ga ya and böne su pe bre du sa na ne su su pa ma de bu jie da an da na xin 找不到朋友的长老，不讲真不了，下去去培养来的，疼痛一呢，或者的在外也不当，那这或者干说的个经济，记得不得什么也不去错都是。
Nevertheless, I felt that even though I've been separated from my loved ones, and of course now I'm even further away. When I was 14, I escaped from Tibet and became even further removed from my mother and father, my relatives, my friends, and my homeland. But nevertheless, there's no real sense of separation from me in my heart in terms of the love that I feel for these people. I feel still a very strong connection of love for all of these people and for the land.
삼성에 아말라리아 가봤던 가봤던 주사네. 근데 가봐 당신비기 때문에 second 리리리아 수수디 자와촌 가수 제외 뉴버디 다른 분들 출력이 여버집지다. 근데 가수 동동이네 셈리아 지 바자 딘사부 연구협지 통도스.
And I still do get to keep in touch with my mother and father, albeit infrequently. I talk to my mother once in a blue moon on the telephone. And my experience is that when I'm talking to her, with every second that passes during our conversation, the feeling of love that binds us is bringing us closer and closer together.
당ang 소화를 다 다대진 좀불인디 아니 외부 야게 시장 주고 아래 아니 다는신 좀불인디 아주 빈수 벤다 태드는 시체는 빈수 미망고지 내야 도제는 가서 돈좀 채하다 안 접은 것이 자기 고급 망도 주가래 아시다가 예스 이비네야 아주기 에너지 치기 넘규르당 치기 야게 점이봐 아주 도난 채과지 섬리야 마제부 채과데 가르스나 지게 예섬리야 아주 낭심기 에는 잡아당 라버도 아주 베네트 the design of 치야비비네 아주 샘기 디자인이야 도난 채과야 다나신 베네지 technology of Jimbina, same technology delia,
So those were just a few remarks about my personal background. And in terms of other things that I wanted to share with you in terms of ideas, I think it's wonderful to have a situation like this where so many people from different backgrounds and places can come together, exchange their ideas, and form relationships of friendship with each other. And I think that's symbolic of what we're seeing in the world in general, that the world is becoming smaller and smaller, and that all of the peoples in the world are enjoying more opportunities for connection. That's wonderful, but we should also remember that we should have a similar process happening on the inside, along with outward development and increase of opportunity, there should be inward development and deepening of our heart connections as well as our outward connections. So we spoke and we heard some about design this week. I think that it's important for us to remember that we need to keep pushing forward on the endeavor of the design of the heart. We heard a lot about technology this week, and it's important for us to remember to invest a lot of our energy in improving the technology of the heart.
지당 아주 성으로 이념도 좋아 고급 방법 중요하다. 저분이 총총 중요하다. 이미 전동 아주 생각 나로리야. 핀수 셈다 니버차리야. 파도 주어버 챙게 드버 챙게 지보 방법에 소도스.
That's so. So even though I'm somewhat happy about the wonderful developments that are happening in the world, still I feel a sense of impediment when it comes to the ability that we have to connect with each other on a heart-to-heart or a mind-to-mind level. I feel that there are some things that are getting in the way.
지당아 두규 미신달이야 저버치두사는 셈리야 닝대 저버차 뭐시 지당 안 포지션 기능구마부에서 같이 intelligent 제고레스 마도 저랑 양가 여러서 애들이 용디도 간다야 가다 셈대지 저버차 지기스 ben today Hindustan but tinjilianga Afghanistan yongjo yongge ne group chi tobre
나서
an kuzong azu kesho
나서 My relationship to this concept of heart-to-heart connection or mind-to-mind connection is an interesting one, because as a spiritual leader, I'm always attempting to open my heart to others and offer myself up for heart-to-heart and mind-to-mind connections in a genuine way with other people. But at the same time, I've always been advised that I need to emphasize intelligence over the heart-to-heart connections, because being someone in a position like mine, if I don't rely primarily on intelligence, then something dangerous may happen to me. So it's an interesting paradox at play there. But I had a really striking experience once when a group from Afghanistan came to visit me, and we had a really interesting conversation.
아주 뒤고래야 계시ומ래. berlin buddha 마세.
나서
부터 지바. 또 군도 지바.
나서
혼자 뒤고래야 계시ומ래. 주두사네 녜게 초에 나로리야. 지당기 에네 bin Muslim chulule bina ane mixe karso kunjas ke omar ba
나서
dogus ke omar ba
나서
kunjo di ta sus matu bu chira ba
now
ane ta de nambegi ane sus chube ta karso de temba jilia de gu chi ya ne ta yimbi ne ji che bi na ane di nga zui gi ta sangi kunjo to ya di nga zui the German uma di changje bu ju ba
now
ka sa berlin
Na
the
ri.
wall so ma se de na shi chen de to wa le de ne ji ji na nga zu pin ju muslim da na shi nang bu pin ju won de ne ji gi ji se bu tong ya ji li ya da de bu de de chang de chen de to wa le de ne se bu tong ya ji ja wa ya res
나서
de she bi is de in du sang ya sam le ya ka du yin bi ne 아주 셈기 셈리야 이제차다 이제차디 개치슈디 아니 튠초 포지티브
나서
근데 토하는 아주 자와야당 셈리야 지리야 아니 가수에 도지자의 개치미샤의 성도스
나서 So we ended up talking about the Bamiyan Buddhas, which, as you know, were destroyed some years ago in Afghanistan. But the basis of our conversation was a different approach to spirituality on the part of the Muslim and Buddhist traditions. Of course, in Muslim, because of the teachings around the concept of idolatry, you don't find as many physical representations of divinity or of spiritual liberation as you do in the Buddhist tradition, where, of course, there are many statues of the Buddha that are highly revered. So we were talking about the differences between the traditions, and what many people perceived as the tragedy of the destruction of the Bamiyan Buddhas. But I offered the suggestion that perhaps we could look at this in a positive way. What we saw in the destruction of the Bamiyan Buddhas was the depletion of matter, some solid substance falling down and disintegrating. Maybe we could look at that to be more similar to the falling of the Berlin Wall, where a divide that had kept two types of people apart had collapsed and opened up a door for further communication. So I think that in this way, it's always possible for us to derive something positive that can help us understand one another better.
Today in Dusana, and Mazut draw me, yeah, and it is some Jew, Namju, Mazut Ras, Chikashu, Mubu, Yagan, Jida, Kashu, the Zambulin Deliabe, Kashu, Kurja, Jibumimba, Mazuji, Deta, Yeve, Maumba Sidang, and then draw Tamzilia, Gunyumgi, and then Kashu, Zambulin Tuyag, Bezushawati, as the Missamju Jenki.
So, with regard to the development that we've been talking about here at this conference, I really feel that the development that we make shouldn't create a further burden for us as human beings, but should be used to improve our fundamental lifestyle of how we live in the world.
Bena design gego momjel bena jagan robji nande be shida age shan du yore be shida ya bu yore da yibne ngaju sam dang kwa de yaje chi sim ba di suege garche orasana zu da bena natural resources sar da je mangbu ji bejo du ye ba ti de du sa ne aju zawa por ni zemo le ya an ju ya me ba chi da je jin be ji de du sa na ngaju de ji sincere motivation za that day, last some Namda Gone, as you need to cashe, as you sing your mare. Even a need to cashe, she be there, as you told her, Delia, Tonama Jebe, need to stammer Chadi, Benakasan, Bena Kashwe, Tanzamuni Tolia, Pume Manguchi, Kashwe, Gangi, the Dunga, Neta Manguchina, Cardevity, me Mangu sing your the Imbine. Delia, Laxam Namda, Gunin Lane, G. Karsue, Sosu ba, Donia, Chonji, Rangi, Kurlana, G. The day game Mav. The day to start the Mav to Zen Dene, and Chojin and Zablindi, Yagan to Yordi, Chojine, and Zawati, Karsueta Meva, Zawat Tushidu Yabdi. They do stand the Lagunio maybe needs to chat yours, balance maybe. Of course, I rejoice in the development and the growth and the rise of the noble land of India, the great country of India. But at the same time, I think, as some of us have acknowledged, we need to be aware that some aspects of this rise are coming at the cost of the very ground on which we stand. So as we are climbing the tree, some of the things that we're doing in order to climb the tree are actually undermining the tree's very root. And so what I think it comes down to is a question of not only having information of what's going on, but paying attention to that and letting that shift our motivation to become more sincere and genuinely positive. We have heard this week about the horrible sufferings, for example, that so many women of the world are enduring day to day. We have that information, but what often happens to us is that we don't really choose to pay attention to it. We don't really choose to allow that to cause there to be a shift in our heart. So I think the way forward for the world, one that will bring the path of outer development in harmony with the real root of happiness, is that we
allow the information that we have to really make a change in our heart.
근데 뉴스안에 아주 happiness 되게 있어야 돼. 아주에지 아주 비자천부 benede 가르쳐 모르지 부르체 안다는 감부지 부르체 자기야 부르지 비나 and happiness 요아 돼 가라하샤네. so 되게 자와데 아주지 랑게 셈리아 아니 가르쳐지 sincere motivation. 되게 다 간다. 다데 에너지 나와 가르는 게 외비네 딜량 아주 에너지 가르쳐 띵사별거네 좋아래야다 아니 딜리아 가르쳐지 셈냠을 좋아하디 개춤시다차디 알아성도스.
So I think this sincere motivation is very important for our future well-being, our deep sense of well-being as humans. And I think that means sinking in to whatever it is you're doing now. Whatever work you're trying to do now to benefit the world, sink into that, get a full taste of that.
Today, this Andari, Nimakashi India, as they TED conference, Soji, Dinarolian Azu, Wuki, you are don't tell me what she is. Other Kashi, as you are Tamadizolea, not pay attention, gay or matters. Azu, Kadu, in the digis at Bay, Chambuji down Bay, impressive. The dead of G, Konana of Shadi orders. When I have Imina, and Digide. So
since we've been here this week, we've taken millions of breaths collectively, and perhaps we haven't witnessed any course changes happening in our lives. We often miss the very subtle changes, and I think that sometimes we develop grand concepts of what happiness might look like for us. But that if we pay attention, we can see that there are little symbols of happiness in every breath that we take.
And Danashing, then you had the Sanglo when a Gasway, Flassam year debatan, Chamzi year debatan. Danashing, and the Shidaki, Jishin, and the Namju Chipu, the Ganga Pay, or did you sang Asu the that Jig, Susugi, Tolia, the Gasway, gave us some bug on a Dindichi, Lado, but Gasway that the end of Chagan, some Lado Lambati. As you Zabulinda, Mount Bay Chedo, and socially gay pune, Andarji, Sosugi, and a Chambata Zawati, and Mutuality, Zabulinia, Chisipa, Netway, and a Kashu.
So, every one of you who has come here is so talented, and you have so much to offer to the world. I think it would be a good note to conclude on then, to just take a moment to appreciate how fortunate we are to have come together in this way and exchanged ideas, and really form a strong aspiration and energy within ourselves that we will take the good that has come from this conference, the momentum, the positivity, and we will spread that and plant it in all of the corners of the world.
아니 다리데 럭키미 아주 공기 가수에 시락 배주 제생한 데야 깨담 제가 시락 가보죠 가서 담보 대스야 아니 르부데 버샤미도 참바르 보듯이 미즈 그냥 가르 참바 봐야 김선 가르스 tomorrow is my talk 제자 들으slai 제자 간다 공시나 배주 제베데 시락 가보죠 아데
Lakshmi has worked incredibly hard even in inviting me, let alone everything else that she has done to make this happen. And I was somewhat resistant at times. And I was also very nervous throughout this week. I was feeling under the weather and dizzy and so forth, and people would ask me why. I would tell them it's because I have to talk tomorrow. So Lakshmi had to put up with me through all of that, but I very much appreciate the opportunity she's given me to be here. And
Thank you.
to you, everyone, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.